Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. This stock dropped 18%. That yield shot up over 3%. Question is, guys, is this the right time to buy this stock after that big 18% drop in one day?
Smash that subscribe button, guys. Give us a nice thumbs up.
Ooh.
Big stock price drop, 18% after earnings. Yield now over 3%. Almost a dividend aristocrat stock here, guys. You know, we're going to get right into it, Bert. What is the company? What are the brands under the hood here?
Brown-Forman, ticker symbol BF, either A or B, depending on the shares that you buy. So who are some of the big brands with Brown-Forman? Well, there's the big one. This one's always hard because I'm not a hard liquor person, so I always kind of struggle with these. There's Jack Daniels, Old Forester. Let me see who else is in here, Lanny, in this group. They have some tequila lines. This picture is really small that I'm looking at. Sorry, guys, this is terrible viewing for everybody now. I didn't have it quite as I planned. You have in here Finlandia, Chambord, Jack Daniels, Revival, and Gentleman Jack, and a few others there. So again,
Gentleman Jack, that Jack Daniels, that JD, his good friend Jay Dizzle.
yeah.
But yeah, you know, there's a bunch of liquor here, guys.
Sorry,
You know,
again, it's not my cup of tea, so that's why brands don't mean much to me outside of Jack in this situation.
where it's like I got my best friend Jack
Yeah,
Daniels.
yeah. So all right, what happened here? They just got absolutely decimated this last week, Lanny. They reported their full fiscal year results, and let me tell you, Lanny, you're gonna
4 billion in sales.
yeah, but it was down 5%. Gross profit down 7%. Advertising expense dropped, so they were slashing, doing everything they can to slash bottom line. SGA expense down. Operating income down 22%. EPS down 1.84%. Lanny, have you noticed a trend here on what happened with the sales?
You know, if you play the song, because baby, are you down, 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 down? Yeah, everything was down. You know, unfortunately, when you actually get through it, though, there's a lot of impairment charges,
Yeah.
which was an improvement. They had a lot of acquisition and divestiture items, but they still had diluted EPS of $1.84. Again, that was down, but still doesn't. It still actually shows that they have some sort of value here. Obviously, with some well-known brands.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to, Jack Daniels is kind of the go-to, the Jack and Coke,
Yeah.
the Jack and Diet, at the bars and at the weddings. More of a vodka pineapple juice guy now at weddings, guys, because it's get your vitamin C, plus you get a little liquor there. But
Yeah.
yeah, Jack Daniels still popular, I would think.
For sure. I mean, the brands are great. It's just not my cup of tea. And what they're blaming this on is you're seeing the
Woodford Reserve. I think I got some Woodford. Yep, I do.
back there on your cart.
Oh yeah.
There it is. Yeah, so they're getting hit with tariffs. Tariffs are hurting their sales. They're blaming weight loss drugs. They're blaming alcohol. There's a lot of reasons why they're saying things are going to go down, and with that, they showed lower gross margin, and they're projecting lower guidance for sales and lower guidance for income. So that's really what's causing it to drop down. While Lanny's pulling out his bottle of the Woodford Reserve right there. There it is. Beautiful. That is a nice label. I will say that's a pretty solid label. So yeah, bad news all around here for Brown-Forman. Brown-Forman, lower sales, lower earnings, lower
Unopened too.
yeah, unopened. Well,
I think I got some Johnny Walker Red Label back down there.
love it. Okay, so everyone,
This is what happens down in the bunker with Lanny.
yeah, get this video to 20,000 views. Lanny will crack open that Woodland Reserve on a different video.
Let's go. Make some noise,
so
guys.
not a lot of
is this
positive
a stock to buy now? Is this a stock to buy? Is this a stock to have in your portfolio, Bert? You did sell out of Diageo, which was a huge liquor company as well.
Yeah.
Is it time for you to bounce back in with good old Jack?
Let's see. Their price is 28.11. Earnings per share is 173 from Seeking Alpha. That gives you a price earnings ratio of 16.25.
Which is lower than what was reported on diluted EPS. So just remember that. So 16,
That's right.
pretty good value, not too shabby.
Yeah.
91 cents per share for the dividend. 53% dividend payout ratio, very safe, at least for now. Plenty of room to pay, and they can grow it if they want to.
Yeah, their 5-year dividend growth rate is 5.48%. They've increased that dividend for, I think it's 12 to 15 years, depending on the source that you're looking at. So they're building a nice little streak here, and they're on their way to becoming a dividend aristocrat.
Now, this dog has been it's been jacked, if you ask me, because it's down 26% this year, down 36% since last year, down 58% from 5 years ago. I mean, is this a perfect storm now where, I don't know, maybe we get to see some consolidation, maybe
Yeah.
just maybe buying this stock, is it at its bottom? Is that, I mean, are you at a 5-year low at this point here?
Yeah, and if you look at it, their market cap's only 13 billion. So it couldn't just be a buy for us, maybe, and it could also be a buy for possibly other people too. They're looking to scoop up some brands and consolidate the sector too. So there is a potential acquisition play here for Brown Forman if somebody wants it.
Yeah, you would think that there's some value to unlock, at another, combining, resources, some synergies there, cut cost further. It's just to squeeze out some margin.
Yeah. So one thing to look at here too, let's look see how bad their balance sheet is or how good their balance sheet is. I shouldn't have led with the negative and just assumed that. Should have been the positive. Current ratio is 3.88. Quick ratio is 1.66 once you back out that inventory, and their debt to
Yeah.
equity is 0.6. Sorry, after you.
No, they are way at a 5-year low. Show the 5-year chart during this video if you can, Bert, because they are at a 5-year low, guys. In fact, gosh, the last time they've been this low, $28 a share, was 2013. 2013.
So that's the argument for Brown Forman. Are you catching it at this low? Are you catching it at this all-time low for Brown Forman that we haven't seen in 12 plus years? Or is the sector just beaten down right now? And is the sector out? Is it becoming unfavorable? Again, as you said earlier, we sold out of Diageo. Are you feeling the alcohol? Are you feeling this? Right now, it's interesting. I'm not going to lie. The stock is interesting. The metrics do look great. I like that the payout ratio is only 52% despite the stock dropping so much. That's a huge benefit for him.
Yeah, I know what we were chatting about, is the seltzer industry just dominating this? Is the healthier alternatives, the legalization of cannabis / marijuana, impacting this significantly? I know Brown Forman seems to think so. Or is this just a phase? And if you can ride this phase, you'll be glorious on the other side. I don't know.
Yeah, look, say it right now, I'm not running to buy it. This isn't the sector I'm trying to run into, but if it were to hit 25, if we're going to drop another 10% and we're going to hit the $25 per share range, it might be too hard to pass up on Brown Forman right now. And judging by how this stock's gone this week and how Diageo's been trading over the last few weeks too, the month or so, might not be out of the realm of possibility that it hits 25.
Interesting. So right now you might buy at 25, it sounds like.
Yeah, but it's at 28.11, so there's still a lot of room for Brown Forman to drop.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking a 10% banger of a drop that you would want to see. What about you guys out there in the video in the community? Do you guys own Brown Forman, or do you guys drink the Brown Forman brands? You think it's a great time to just load up on this? Again, you could gobble up quite a bit of shares with just a few $100s, a few $1,000s. You can really build a huge position here with Brown Forman. Or is this an industry you're trying to stay away from? I know I also exited Diageo, just not in the business of the capital that you need continuously to produce a good here, like you have to with Brown Forman. And with the fad and the waves of what the industry does.
So everyone, let us know what you think here. Remember, 20,000 views. Lanny's cracking open that bottle that was sitting on that drink cart that was sealed shut.
Yeah, hey, Bert will be here too to have a sip.
I will absolutely be there for that. So remember, subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you haven't already. And Lanny, what else do we need to tell these people?
Oh, you're either with us or you're against us, Jack. That was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.